Afternoon, peeps. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. It is fight day, peeps. It is fight day, and I am both excited and nervous in equal measure. And I'm running a bit late as well. I do need to head over to the O2 Arena in about half an hour, so this will be a very quick video. Excited because, look, the big man's back at the O2 Arena. He has had a lot of success there. It's sold out. It's good for British boxing. Nervous because, look, if he doesn't look great, if he doesn't get a knockout, if he doesn't win, then, man, I don't know where we go from there with AJ. So, yeah, look, I mean, that's boxing, though, isn't it? You don't want to go and watch boxing and it's just a straight formality. That's what we complain about. You do want that bit of jeopardy there. And for AJ, pressure's on. Pressure is on. Weigh-ins yesterday, career heaviest. What was it, 18.5? Was it 18.6? His heaviest prior to that was Carlos Takam, 18.4. So he's a big boy. So look, he's built for destruction. It is. And it's funny, I asked AJ about his weight at the press conference, and he said, it's just, after training, he's eaten and he's not really focused on his weight. Lie. Don't believe that for a second. I mean, I know AJ is methodical. So the fact he's put on nearly a stone more than the Usyk fight, I think it's about a stone more, is on purpose. That isn't a case of, oh, no, I'm just training and eating. No. You've done it on purpose. So you've done it to go out there and cause damage, not to box around the ring, not to be on your toes. You've gone there to sit on your punches and cause damage, and you've done it on purpose. The other side of that, the flip side to that coin is, does he have the gas tank if things start to, if Jermaine Franklin isn't out of there 5'6" and AJ is now 18 stone 5, does AJ have the gas tank to make sure that he's got enough in the engine to go if Jermaine Franklin's still there? Because Jermaine Franklin's lighter. So obviously Jermaine Franklin is telling us what he's going to do. He's going to be on his toes. He's going to be throwing punches, speed. That's what he's doing. So basically both fighters have told us what they're doing. AJ is telling us, I'm going to come in there and destroy you. Franklin said, no, you're not. I'm going to come in there and run rings around you. Who's lying? We'll find out in a few hours. We're going to find out. I've always I think I've told you this before, so apologies that I'm repeating myself, but I've always said I think AJ's optimum weight is that 17.6, 17.7, whatever. Because I still think he looks big, but I think he's a bit lighter on his toes. But look, I mean, maybe this is what Derek James and the team have sat down and said he needs to be. Maybe they've said, look, you're a big guy. Let's just go out there and bruise people. Maybe that's what they said. Become that bruiser that you were early. You've maybe tried to evolve into a boxer, which is good. You should always be trying to add more tools to your tool bag. But what got AJ so much success was being that just, I'm bigger than you, stronger than you, I'm going to hurt you. And maybe they've gone back to that a little bit. For Jermaine Franklin, look, his team seemed confident. After the weigh-in, we saw them, me, Tony Bellew and Ak went to go and eat, and his team were just in Westfield, just chilling, laughing, joking, eating, very confident, very comfortable. I mean, that could be two things, right? That could be a case of, wow, look where we are. I mean, we've made it, right? I mean, the weigh-ins were packed. There's a few thousand people there. Maybe it's a case of, geez, this is incredible. Bear in mind, this guy was working at a factory prior to the Dillian White fight. Working at a factory. Think about that for a second, people. This guy had a job working at a factory 8 months ago. He's now fighting one of the biggest names in boxing at a sold-out O2 Arena. And I kind of asked him that as well, didn't I, at the weigh-in. How crazy is that shift? That's incredible. It shows just keep on going. Perseverance and persistence is key. So look, I'm happy for Franklin to get where he's got, but I hope that this journey, I don't want to say this journey doesn't continue, but you know what I mean? I hope that AJ puts a dent in it a little bit. I still want Jermaine Franklin to go on and have big fights. So many good fights he can have over here, right? He's now a name over here. Especially if he looks good for a few rounds, he can get so many fights over here. But I hope that, hope this journey kind of has a little hurdle, a little bump in the road is what I'm thinking about. So I'm going for AJ to knock out Jermaine Franklin round 5. I think maybe even earlier. And then You guys know what I'm going to do. And then we start asking some questions. I know Dillian White will be there. He's working in the studio. So it's Tony Bellew, Laura Woods, Dillian White. And look, he's there because obviously they're trying to sell the fight for the summer. But the Fury question now, it has to be asked. It has to be. AJ needs to, and hopefully AJ isn't trying to be cryptic with his answers. Dude, do you want to fight Fury? Yay or nay? Yay. Bring him on. That's what I want. That's what I want to hear. Anthony, great performance. Look, we always have to ask that question. What next? Do you want Tyson Fury next? Yes. Bang. Crowd goes crazy. I've done my job. Go home. Get paid. Move on. That's what we want. All right, quickly moving away from this fight card. Good news for DAZN subscribers. Look at me, the DAZN company, man. But it was good news, I think, to hear that Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis is free as part of your DAZN subscription. I think that's really good. So it means on that 22nd of April, you've got a really good night of boxing. You've got Cordina Rakhimov. That card's pretty good. And then if you can stay out for a few hours, you get Gervonta Davis, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. So that's not bad, is it? I mean, that ain't bad. Come on, that ain't bad. In the month of April, it's funny because people were saying, and I get it, trust me, I get it. People were saying though, like, AJ's basically a pay-per-view. Like, if you work it out, if you're paying $19.99, it's a pay-per-view because if you're not a DAZN subscriber, you're buying AJ's fight. True. But in this month of April, this might be the month to do it. This might be the month of all the months to do it. April and May might be those months. Because in April, you get this, you get Bam Rodriguez. What else do you get? And then obviously you get Rakhimov, Cordina, and then obviously you get the big one, Tank Garcia. So that's not shabby, is it? I will be out there for Tank Garcia as well. I'm super excited to be out there for that one. I think that's going to be just something a bit crazy. Talking of crazy, thank you so much to the Sowlands for hooking me up some tickets yesterday to watch Harlem Eubank fight Miguel Antwi, I think it was, or Antin, apologies. Exciting. It was nice to be at Bethnal Green, York Hall. Those smaller shows, man, the atmospheres are incredible, especially York Hall because every seat in the house is good, right? And it's really enclosed. You're right on top of the ring. So it was good to be out there for it. I took at Barack, David Diamante with us as well. And we got a lot of love from the people, so it was great. Thank you so much to all the boxing fans that recognized us and taking photos and shit. It was amazing. What else is there to talk about before we rush off? Klitschko manager predicts Joshua will return to dominance with new coach like Klitschko did. Okay, hopefully. We'll see, man. We'll see. Anything else? Where are we? Sorry. Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois in talks. London and Manchester are options. Nah, not for me. If I'm Daniel Dubois, look, I get why Daniel Dubois would want it. It's a world title fight. You're looking at Usyk and thinking, well, you're 35, 36. I'm young. I'm hungry. I think there's an opportunity for him to take step aside money. I want to see Usyk Wilder. I want to do a video on that separately. Like if you're Usyk Wilder, if you're Wilder Usyk, you should both want each other. It shouldn't be Daniel Dubois. No disrespect to Dubois, but you're not ready for that. You're not ready. I mean, your last two fights have been Trevor Bryan and Kevin Lerena. Kevin Lerena wobbled you. And it was a wobble. You got hit on the top of the head. It wasn't just an injury. So, nah, not for me. Interesting. I didn't expect this yesterday. I didn't even know it was happening. That Sonny Edwards and Jack Cattrall and Shannon Ryan have been signed by DAZN and Matchroom. But that came out of the blue. Didn't know anything about that. I got there and they're like, Ade, can you just throw to David Diamante and say, we have a special announcement? I was like, what's the special announcement? Can someone fill me in? Jack Cattrall's a good one. Look, all of them are good, aren't they? Sonny's the jewel in the crown for me. Obviously, look, the current IBF champion. There are so many good fights. They're obviously trying to set up that Bam Rodriguez fight. They're trying to set up a Julio Cesar Martinez fight. They're potentially trying to set up a Galal fight down the line. So many options. I mean, this guy sells himself so well. I like it. For Jack Cattrall, I mean, potentially then with Regis Prograis almost being a free agent, really, right? You could get the Jack Cattrall Regis Prograis fight on DAZN in the summer. I don't think that's the fight they're going to do next because Jack's been out for so long, but it's a fight that should happen, right? Should happen. Saw the face-off the other day for Loma and Haney. Hey, Haney big. Haney big. I'm just hoping that there's one last bit of magic, superstar, stardust left with Lomachenko. I don't want him to get embarrassed. I don't want him to get beat down. And all those things could happen. What is he, 35? So many injuries. Looked rubbish. He did, didn't he? He looked rubbish his last fight. I just hope that he can somehow just, like, even if he doesn't win, just put on a good performance. Put on a good performance, please. And I think he will. I think he will show Haney things that Haney ain't seen. And I think there's still enough left in him, to cause Haney some problems. We'll see. All right, guys. Anyway, look, I genuinely have to run. Peace and love.